guys, it's Kathy here, and I'm back with a new mini to share. I had planned on sharing this one before Valentine's Day, and Mother Nature had other plans, and we had a pretty severe ice storm here, and it knocked out power for a couple of days, and we had some damages and stuff to take care of, so I really couldn't focus on crafting for about a week. So this is a little later than I wanted to come in with this, but I wanted to share it anyway. I will have a PDF tutorial of this in the shop, and I'll provide a link to the listing of that in the remarks section of the video. And it is a 6x6 album. It's not overly Valentine's themed. I made it kind of a romantic vintage, and I used the Prima Romance Novel, this little 6x6 pad. You can make this album with 2 of these paper pads. I did end up getting a third one, and I wanted some of the brighter papers for the photo mats, but if you're left with enough left over from the second pad that if you just switch the papers on the photo mats, you'll be able to do it with 2 if you want to do it that way. So anyway, it's 10 pages, and on the cover here I've used a bunch of wild orchid crafts, flowers here, the little rolled rosebuds. I found these in the bridal section. I'll show you what this looks like here. Just something different. I guess they're like flower stamens, or I'm really not sure what these are. But anyway, and they look like this. And I just tucked them underneath the flowers there and hot glued them in and everything. And I thought that was kind of neat. I've used those on some of the accents inside of the pages too. So there's some little. These are the little teacup flowers here, the rolled teacup flowers. And then let's see, this here is actually a Recollections die cut sticker. It's the only one that I've used in the album, and I'll show you what the rest of them are. This was cut from the papers, and this little paper pad has a bunch of little tags and pockets and things on these sheets here, so I wanted to incorporate that into the album. So that's what you see there is one of the little postcards that I cut out and adhered on there. I've used a lot of flatback pearl flourishes. Most of them are Prima, some are I think Paper Studio brand. And I used this trim I've used on my other little 6x6 Valentine's mini from last year, and the color of it worked perfect with the little roses on the papers and everything. On the spine, this is a gray velvet paper, and I ran it through a larger embossing folder. I have one of the 6x12 Cuttlebug folders, so it fit the whole piece, and so I don't know if you can see the embossing on that there. And then on the spine, this is large rosette trim, and it looks like, let me just set this down for a second. It looks like this, okay, and you can buy it in different colors. And I just cut 2 of these, and then you can see it's on this netting. I pretty much trimmed the netting around it and then kind of adhered the netting to the back of those 2 rosettes, just to add accent on there. And these are little buttons that I've sewn into the center. And then, of course, the little Tim Holtz ring here. And this charm was one that I picked up, I think, from Hobby Lobby. So just added that onto the ring binder. And then it's got a Tim Holtz buckle, and I used a leather band again, which I've also embossed and run it through an embossing folder. Ooh, and on here, I went ahead and adhered these little, these are jewelry spacers that I picked up in the jewelry making section of any craft store, and just hot glued them on there. And then I added this lace to the back of the leather band just for something different instead of just having the simple band across the front. And the tutorial goes over all of that, how to add that to the leather band, and exactly how I did everything on the spine. So we will go ahead and get into this. As you can see, this is pretty chunky. I can show you. It ended up being a little bit chunkier than I wanted it to be, but I wanted to hand make these lace flowers in the album, and they ended up being a little bulkier than what I had originally planned. And I wanted to include them anyway, so if you don't go in with the super chunky lace flowers and embellishments, this would lay a little bit flatter than what mine does. So anyway, go ahead and get this open. And On the first couple of pages here, I went in again with pretty good amount of magnets on this, but I tried to use a couple of swing tabs and things too, so it wasn't just all magnets. This is one of the flowers that I made, and what I'll probably do is a little video tutorial on how to make these. They're super easy. It's nothing, there's not even any sewing involved, just some fabric glue and some different lace trims. I ended up inking this. You can use either distress inks and like a water spritzer. You can use all of the sprays, the glimmer mists and things like that if you want. And just a couple of different lace trim here, but I will probably end up doing a video on that just to show you how I did that. Again, these are little pieces that I cut from the papers, just a little says message on there, and then a little stamp. And this is Prima Bling here. I used the Prima brads from the engraver collection, so they look like this. Used a few of those in here, so that's what this is here. And there's a magnet here on this, and then the little flap pulls down. And everywhere where my threads have ended here on the pages, I've cut out little pieces from the papers. So that one says priority, or the roses from the papers too. And then a photo mat here that pulls out. And this is that Stampin' Up! Tab punch that I've used before. I think now, and I'm not sure about this, but I think that Waltzing Mouse has a die that is shaped like this now, because I know that punch has been discontinued for a long time, so might want to look into that if you don't already have that punch. And then on the second page, what I did in this album, I wanted to use some of the flaps and features that I've been doing in the 8x8 albums, but I just wanted to size it down for 6x6. So they're not exactly the same as what's in the 8x8, but you know, same kind of feel. So this is just a little swing tab. This is a Spellbinders die that I used here, like a little clock hand, and that opens up. Oh, and right here, I've used my Mind's Eye Chalk Studio dimensional stickers here. I'm going to show you. They look like this. I picked these up at Joann's. They have this whole run for our collection at Joann's, and the colors went well with the papers, and I thought that, you know, they're not overly Valentine's, but a lot of them say love and things like that, sweet and stuff like that, so I'll show you that. Oh, and on here, before I even open that, this is one of the little pockets from the papers. And so I just added some brads and some twine to it, just to have something fun. There actually is a little postcard in here, if I can get him out. There he is. Well, there, that says memories in there. Just tucks in, just something, you know, added little detail. Probably put a little date on there, or names or whatever. Fussy little thing, it's so tiny. Anyway, that slides in behind some lace trim on the flap. And then this opens. Then you've got room here and here for photos, and I cut more roses from the papers here in the corners. And then, you don't have to close that up again, but I will. There's a magnet here on this, and then there's room here for a photo, and then room here. Some more of the Prima Bling, and then each page has, you know, one of these photo mats. They're all the same size. Whoops, there you go, a little rose there. And then the larger mat that pulls out in between the pages. And then on the next page, this is one of the lace flowers that I made, and, well, another one, I guess I've already shown you one. I used some of those little flower stamens again, and I used a lot of this rosette trim. You can get this also, and it, you know, just comes on a roll like this in different colors. So I just cut pieces for the centers of a lot of these flowers. And this has another one of the Prima brads, and this is a magnet closure, so it opens like this with just a little area there, and then it opens this way. And you got a little bit more area there, and then the photo mat that pulls out here. And then you just made a little pocket here for more of these little tags that you can cut out from the papers. And they had these super cute little tabs also that you can cut out and add to them. And then, you know, some room here for a photo if you wanted. And on the next page, this is another one of the Chalk Studio dimensional stickers. I matted all of the stickers on black cardstock. Some lace trim here, and another little tag that I cut out from the papers. And I've done used distress inks on the back, and did a little stamping on all of the tags too. And then this has the little twine closure, and this pulls down, so a little bit more room here and here, and then a magnet here, and that opens up this way. And I cut more. This is all from the papers again, this little telegram and the roses, and then the photo mat. And then the large photo mat here. Oops, there you go. Okay, on this page, magnet closure again, another little brad. This is another pocket from the papers. I'll try to hold this up because you probably can't see it that good. Just a little telegram here that slides in. Another little flower that I made. Did this one a little different, and that's just using some really thin lace trim. And then just pull that open, and then there's two little pockets here on each side. So little tag there, and a little tag here. And then the larger photo mat here. And then that still gives you, I made the pockets on these pages larger, so since it's a 6x6, you still get a lot of room here where you can put a bigger photo. And then on the next page, another one of the Chalk Studio. This was like it had a bunch of chipboard button pieces and things, so that's what that's from. And some more flat back pearl bling here. I do have a little, this is a memory box die that I use, just a little accent, and I cut it from gray velvet paper here. And there's a magnet on this little flap, and then this folds down, so room here and here. And then this photo mat just slides behind that. And then the photo mat in the side here. Then on this one, I cut out another little postcard here from the papers like I did on the cover, and this is more of that rosette trim, just, you know, a little accent there. Another one of the Chalk Studio stickers that I matted on cardstock, and then a magnet flap here that opens, and then this is a big area here for photos here and here, and then another photo mat here that pulls out. So you can see it's not, it can be used for many different things, not just Valentine's. And this is another one of the flowers like I did on the first page, and I think I used like an antique linen distress ink on this. It's not quite white, it's a little off-white there. And I cut another postcard and flowers here from one of the papers. This flap here has a magnet and opens down, and then this opens up. And then you've got the space here and here, and then another photo mat here. It was really kind of challenging with this size to, you know, make sure that there was large enough areas for bigger photos, but still get all of the interactive, you know, flaps and elements and things on here. And then the photo mat on the side. And then on the last two pages, another Chalk Studio sticker here, and more of the rosettes, some more of the flat back pearls here. This all was, these were flowers and little postcards that I cut again from the papers here. There's a magnet on this flap, and then this opens up this way. And then this little, I made a little pocket down here and just added a few more of these tags that I cut out from the papers. There, and then the photo mat here. Oh yeah, and I haven't mentioned, the edge die that I used in this album was a Tim Holtz edge die. I don't remember which one it was right now. I can leave that in the remarks section. But same idea as the other ones that I've used before. And then on the last page, another Chalk Studio sticker here. And I use that clock hand again just as a swing tab on this. This is another little lace flower that I made with a different lace trim, and added more of those rosettes in the center and more of the little stamens here, and more of the flatback pearls, and then that just swings down, and then that opens up this way. And then you've got one more mat here. So I think total there are 14, there's 4 of those really large mats and then 10 of the slightly smaller ones in the album, and lots of fun, lots of little, hidden surprises and pockets and things. Let me show you the back. Just the lace trim here, and the brad to hold the leather band on here, and I added a little bit of lace here just for something different, and so it wasn't so plain right there. So I'm going to be using this tutorial and remaking this with a different paper line here soon. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this, and again, I'm sorry that it's a little late, that it's a little past Valentine's Day, but I will have a link to that tutorial in the remarks section, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.